Well, good evening, folks, and welcome back. Cumberland Outdoorsman here on the end of what's been a rather wild weekend. This past Friday, we had some major storms roll through the area, and we had some winds that reached speeds of up to like 79 miles an hour. That's hurricane force winds. And here behind me, right here next to my old woodshed that you see in my videos every now and then, I got some trees down. Now I've been cleaning up trees all weekend. Yesterday I've worked from morning till dark out front, and I got most of that cleaned up. I'm still working on it some, and I hope to have that wrapped up maybe tomorrow, and then I'll get started on this. Let me show you what's down here. As you can see, that big elm right here, and then split it in half. And I've got this huge hickory tree here that came down. Over there's my 100-yard targets. Got a lot of work ahead of me, folks. See if I can get through here. I think I'll try to save these logs here and have them cut up for lumber. There you can see that big tree down. And that's where it ripped the roots right out of the ground here, folks. So anyway, as you can see, I've got a lot of work ahead of me. I've got to get this tree cut up. Thank goodness I've got some good chainsaws. Well, folks, I'm here at my shooting bench, and I decided to call the work for the weekend over because I've worked my tail off. Let me tell you, I've really gotten with it. I've got one tree cut up and put away for firewood. I've got another one. I've got all the limbs cut off and cut up for firewood as well. And I've got to get it gathered up, split, and put up. And then I've got the one back here that I just showed you. But for now, we're going to take a break, and I'm going to shoot a video on my favorite subject, and that's .22 rimfire. Just recently, I ran across some ammunition that I've never seen before. This is CBEE 22 by Remington, and it says here that it's a low noise .22 long rifle hollow point. Technical data: cartridge, .22 long rifle, bullet weight 33 grains, bullet style, lead truncated cone hollow point, velocity 740 feet per second at the muzzle and 687 feet per second at 50 yards. Energy is 40 foot-pounds at the muzzle and 35 foot-pounds at 50 yards, so it's retaining its energy quite well. Drop is minus 2.7 inches at 50 yards, sighted in at 25 yards. So I've got one of these packages open. Let's take a look and see what these little rounds look like. I'll give you a close-up there. As you can see, it looks very much like the original Remington Yellow Jacket. And I've got a box of that here, the Remington Yellow Jacket. We'll take one out and I'll hold it side by side so you can see the comparison. This is the CBEE and this is the Yellow Jacket. The only real difference I see as far as what the structure of the bullet is like is that the hollow point on the CBEE has segmented slots cut into it. I would assume that's to aid expansion. But I'm really eager to try these out, and I thought I'd take you along with me so that we can discover how well these little bullets shoot. And I'm going to try them out here at 30 yards for accuracy and for performance in terms of expansion. And I've got some wet newspaper for expansion medium. And we'll see how well they do. So let's give it a try. Well, guys, recently I went to a little gun show. It was fairly local, and I picked up a box of these Do All target stickers. Here's what they look like. I thought I'd try these because I'm always using the bright orange ones in my tests, so thought I'd give these a little try, just for something different. Y'all are probably tired of seeing the same old thing. And I'm going to stick some of these on this cardboard here. Get it set up here at 30 yards, and we'll see how well those CB22s by Remington will perform in terms of accuracy and expansion. Okay, got 5 rounds loaded up in the magazine. Let's get zoomed in here. Okay, I moved the camera closer to my rifle here to see what kind of noise level these little rounds actually have. I have no idea where these are hitting, so here we go. Shooting at the target on the right. A little pop. I heard the bullet actually hit the target. Looks like it's shooting a little bit low, which is to be expected. I'm holding right in the middle of the target. Looks like it's grouping just a little bit low and to the right. Okay, let's try 5 more rounds on the next target. Okay, I'm going to hold just at the top of that target, the one on the left. All right, not too bad. Okay, I decided to use some ballistic putty alongside with the wet newspaper material, and we're going to try both expansion mediums to see what kind of results we get at 30 yards. So I'm going to shoot 2 shots into the ballistic putty first. Okay, now for the wet newspaper. All right, now let's see what kind of expansion we got. All right, there's the initial impact into the wet newspaper. Pretty good penetration, actually. Okay, I think we've got some bullets here. All right. It actually mushroomed, folks. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Okay, And the other one just like it. Perfect little mushroom. Look at that. Huh. Low velocity expansion into wet newspaper. And I found that wet newspaper very closely resembles actual live tissue, you know, so. Wow, look at that. That's pretty good penetration there in the ballistic putty. And we got a bullet right here. Beautiful. I'll tell you what, Remington's making some pretty good ammo, I think. Everything I've tested so far has been very good. Beautiful mushroom right there out of a low velocity projectile like that. That's pretty cool. Okay, now as a bonus, I'm going to stretch it out a little bit down to 50 yards. And as you can see, I've got some targets set up down there. I got my 2 squirrels and my rabbit. And right below it, there's a can filled with water. So let's shoot at those steel targets first and see if this round has enough energy to actually knock them over. Okay, let's try that squirrel on the left first. I'm going to hold over him. Not sure where it's going to be down there, but... Okay. That's pretty impressive, actually. Now we'll shoot that rabbit. I'm holding over about 3 inches. And the squirrel on the right. Looks like I'm hitting the target every time. Okay, now let's shoot that aluminum can full of water there. Wow, that was cool. Okay, got 1 round left. Let's see, I see a swinging target right there in front of that big orange target. Let's see if we can smack it. Yep. Wasn't a solid hit, but it hit. Well, folks, that was a lot of fun and rather interesting. I'm really impressed with these little rounds by Remington, these CBEE 22s. There's another close look at them. And here's a quick summary. This is the first 5-shot group that I shot at 30 yards, and the first shot fell quite low. That was on a clean barrel. And then the subsequent 4 shots all printed right in there close together. You could probably cover that with a penny. And then the next 5-shot group, I was holding right up here at the top of the target, and they dropped in there right around the bullseye. So that's pretty good accuracy, especially for low velocity ammo like that. And then in terms of expansion, here I've got the bullets. I'm going to show you a good close-up, if I can here. There's one that I fired into the wet newspaper, and as you can see, it mushroomed quite well. I was really impressed with the penetration and the expansion of these little rounds. And then this one here was fired into the ballistic putty, and as you can see, it expanded very well. And there was good penetration as well, you know, expansion and penetration. That's what you want. So, you know, I think Remington's got a winner right here. These are great little rounds. And I'm sure, you know, that they'll perform well out of most rifles and pistols. I wouldn't use them out of a semi-automatic because they probably won't cycle. They just don't have enough blowback. But if you've got a single shot or a bolt action or a lever action, you know, something like that, or even a pump action, they should do quite well. So what are they good for? I would say wherever the situation would call for a low noise and discreet approach to maybe pest control or small game hunting, maybe if you're in a setting where you don't want to make a lot of racket, you know, these would be some great little rounds. And I would have no problem at all taking these into the squirrel woods and doing some squirrel hunting with them. I guarantee you, with that kind of performance and terminal effect, they'd be fair game for squirrels. And then I shot at 50 yards down here and I hit all those steel targets, and I gotta say, you know, by watching the bullet impact, I mean, they were going right where I expected them to. I held a little bit high, just like it said in the technical data, because I knew those rounds would drop at 50 yards. And they hit right where I expected them to. And then, as you could see, when it hit this aluminum can here filled with water, it just had a good explosive effect. There's the entrance and there's the exit. So, you know, those bullets pack a pretty good little punch, even out to 50 yards. So I think they'd be quite effective for pest control and for small game hunting, for rabbits or squirrels, you know, pigeons, even crows, anything like that. Would be fair game for those little rounds. So anyway, thanks a lot for coming along. I hope you enjoyed this video. I found it really interesting, as I said. And remember, if you like to go hunting, fishing, camping, shooting, hiking, whatever your outdoor pursuit might be, I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. But also remember, hit that like button, smash the bell icon, and subscribe. That way you'll know when more videos like this one will be coming your way. So until next time, this is a Cumberland Outdoorsman wishing you well, and I'll see you in the next video. Y'all take good care and get out there and plink with your 22s. Just make sure that you do it safely.